Alright, slight echo. Everything looks fine. Could do Australian OSTs instead. And let me put this up on Discord. What the I forgot to change the title. No, I thought I did, huh? Weird. Should be saying that. Why is it saying that? The fuck? I thought I changed it to that. Why is it not registering that? Whatever. Apparently the thing is not wanting to do that. Anyways, I should be streaming now. I have no clue how the audio sounds. I just lowered it down for now. So anyways, title should give a hint to what's going on. I need to clean up some stuff. So I need to make a note. So, weapons that I have available right now. Number abilities, no rarity. So, the things is, I think the weapons from Zig are gonna be the ones that are gonna be transferred over. So, some of the old Atlas and live streams I might want to rework. I might want to toy around with. Oh, I need to make sure that I address that. Alright, so light weavers. I have a sword. I didn't really do much with that J sword. Atlas have several swords. Wire lances, I could toy around with it. Problem with the wire lance is that it doesn't have as many slots, and I may want to try to emphasize on that. Depends. Depends on what style I'm going for, what play style I'm going for. I might need to fine-tune these again over in... well, back on PSO2 before I even do some finalized stuff over here. It's gonna be easy to do that. What I might want to take advantage of is just the fact that it's like a... what, 20%? So I got 2 light weave gun slash. I do not need 2 of them. Actually, I think I have more than 2. So I definitely have, and this is of a light element. I do have a light weave gun slash fire element. No clue what's gonna happen with the gun slash. Now, these are both light elements. I was gonna use Baron, but I'm barely touching that, so I'm gonna most likely convert this. The one thing that I need to do is toy around with this thing. I think it was originally a rifle. I have like several of these actually, looking at them. I don't think you're at an 8 slot. You, what, 2, 4, 6, 8. You are at an 8 slot. You don't have an S5 ability. And then, did I even upgrade you? No, the problem is I didn't enhance you. Now, in terms of conversions, I would have to stare at this thing over here too. If you want to, if you want this, let me know. They did convert these things. Very basic stuff. What I'm looking for are abilities that can give 4. Give multiple stuff. Hey there, John. Artifact is an easy one to slap on. Weapon-wise, unit-wise, different story. I just realized too, I can't finish. There's a fucking returner stuff that I got that I need to work with. And it's a returner 5. I did a bit of a mistake, but it's also, it can be used to my advantage. Let me stare at it. So I did a mistake when I was doing some of my older fixes. Granted that it's still here. Yeah, this piece of shit. The problem with this is at a 3 slot. Hey there, 10. I can get this to work. The problem is I need more returner pieces. Granted, I'm not buying it. I would need to farm it. Shit, I don't even have a lot of them. Yeah, I'm kind of fucked in that department. I could buy a returner 5. Just for shits and giggles and because I'm gonna most likely not care. But how much would that one thing cost? Could technically do it. I'll think on it. I don't need the money for anything else anyways. It's a lot though, but do I really want to backtrack and just try to farm it right now? Nope. Hey there, Wes, how you doing? So I might do that to fix this issue. I could easily go for an absolute glare now, since there is a glare catalyst. How much would that cost? And that should be able to finish up my crag set. Actually make a crag set. So what, glare catalyst? No, it's not glare catalyst, glare receptor. Now, over in Globe, I don't know if you guys got it, but over here in JP, we do have... What the fuck am I staring at? Motherfuckers. They put it so high. Alright, let me think on this. Where's my absolute? I don't have an absolute glare prepped. I thought I had spare ones. Fuck. Unless it's glare catalyst. Touche Morph, there was a 3% chance for you to wear blue. I was like expecting you. Oh my god, you crow. I don't know what to say about you. Alright, my glare catalyst might be on someone else. I don't remember who. Which is why I'm gonna have to pull up another note that I did. Glare catalyst, who has it? Victoria. But those are weapons. How about units? I might just spend a lot of money. Okay, I can easily buy one of these. Not bad. The way I'm gonna go about it, though, it's gonna be a pain in my butt. Well, this is gonna hurt, but this is my money. I don't care. I want to get this out of the way. Damn. Just to make sure with the calculations, because the other problem is this receptor. Oof. Alright, I had to use protects on those. Now, in terms of selling stuff, I can most likely get... I think this is the lowest I ever been in terms of with my Meseta. I have never got past 10 mil before. Yeah, might as well. I already got like the big things that I want. I spent like 4 mil off stream. So I got most of the big fashion stuff that I want. Got PR pose 5 and then the Persona pose. PR pose 5 was the big one that I want. Anything else that I would want fashion wise is actually a collab item and they're extinct. They are already stupidly expensive. But yeah, that hurts. That's the first time I actually bought like stupid high pricey augments and affixes. Like in those digits. That's the first. We are gonna get into maintenance. I think it's gonna kick in for us tomorrow. Well, my time tomorrow. What I might just end up doing is just lurk about on Japanese PSO2. Oh my gosh. Last time I'm doing this sort of thing. I think, yeah, I still need to do a couple augments and affixes, but it's not going to be that crazy. I'm going to have to stare at some of the conversions though and figure out what's a good choice. I might have multiple sets of cheap stuff, but oh, those are lambda grinders. I was like, why is it giving me this notification? Yeah, it's lambdas. I don't want to do that to lambdas. Could also get rid of these. Well, they're barely putting a dent, but it's a bit of Meseta. Hey there, Ash, how you doing? Okay, so that one weapon that I have, you are +1. You need to change that. Nope, we're not extending that. A lot of my storages are just gonna stay dead. 15 stars, 13 stars, 13 stars. Honestly, if I want to, I think I could just take these instead and use them. There's a lot of crass weapons that I can make, or light weaves, and I think I'll be making a lot of them. Which do I need to upgrade? You. I don't care if I'm overflowing it now. In JP, there was a price flop for SOP. Some 1 billion to 10 mil. Some 10 mil to 1 bill. Eh? SOP. What is that? Wait. Did it grab 4? Yeah. A price flop, huh? Interesting. Alright, so this is the 8 stop. What is missing in terms of its SSAs? Wait. This might have been a natural drop. I just realized this might have been a natural drop. Some idiots sold their Kai's rifle for 2 mil, and the next one it was like 20 mil. Jeez. They should have actually got a higher price for that. Actually, no. The reason why I didn't lock you is because I'm gonna do this. So striking, gun slash, exchange, turn that in. Have too many stupid stones. Could destroy all of those, but no, hold up. Let me just try to find a bunch of them. I might need to still get transfer passes here and there. Go to 0. They might decrease the cost of this later. Phantom has a lot. My Luster has a lot. What weapon am I gonna make you? Means a grade augment. S-class abilities? Is it? Nah. Shouldn't that be SGA, SCA, S-class? The SOP kind of threw me off. Because I usually don't say that. I'm just trying to figure out, what do I want to do with this? Actually, that kind of boils down to the conversions. Alright, so conversion-wise, not gonna try to go too heavy on the beginner stuff. Obviously, I want my endgame stuff to be high up there, but should be fine with what I have, especially with my all-rounders. And it's gonna be shared with most of my characters on ship too. Granted that I am gonna be sending off some other characters in the other ships. I might need to make a crag. Yeah, I might need to make a crag, another piece, and then maybe another one. I'll see how many things do I have to toy around with. But looking at this in terms of its abilities, the ones I have 4 are a definite. Looks like there is slight differences. So if you go for grade 3s, it's pretty much like okay, because it can still equal to that of a grade 4, and then it's like there's a good chunk of percent with it. Having a return of 5 is able to give you to what 75% for a good chunk of things, and a +1. They really did nerf the HP and PP game. Augment will to S2. Yeah, that's one of them that I may want to try to do, Crow. That was the one that I wanted to do. John says another one. Actually, no. Escalate. Oh yeah, escalating pursuits kind of. Oh wait, that's the same thing. I think with the S-class abilities is gonna have that sort of pattern. However, I don't have a lot of curse radiance. I don't know how much that would cost on the market, and I don't think I would want to try to buy it because right now prices are just stupid. So if I look into that curse, let's see. Yeah, they're stupid. I'm not gonna try to, like, even though it looks okay and stuff, unless I have some. I have a couple. I might actually destroy this or swap it around with some abilities. This is like an over 15 star that I tried to toy around with. Could get that curse radiance off of it. I don't think I have any other curse radiance. I think I only have a couple pop items with curse radiance. The capsules with it. So there might be a... What I might end up doing is take advantage of the weapon conversion and use go to and fro with PSO2 and NGS. Granted that I need to figure out what class I would want to main. Big one would be TMGs and most likely fist weapons or any fighter weapons, since I am leaning towards fighter and gunner. So says you can check for lucid adversary. Adversity, laugh loud, especially S3. I think that would actually be... Oh yeah, anything that has like PP to it. Let me also look at that too. S-class abilities. Okay, yeah, so... Well, technically, if I'm gonna make stuff for NGS specifically, I could ignore the Augment Intent 2 and just stick it to Augment Intent 1 or get Antithesis. So, Flowing Grace, PP abilities. PP abilities, okay, there's a difference with it. So, the Curse Radiance, they are definitely going to be kind of up there because of that damage and PP. But since I don't have a lot, I'm going to have to play my cards right with it. Most likely make one Light Weave with those abilities. I might toy around with some of the other old grade stuff like the Liberate, Revelates, the Light Streams, and the Atlas to have some of these abilities instead, like Flowing Grace or anything PP related. HP Defense Essays, that one's gonna be an interesting one. I might need to actually toy around with something that I already have. I think the sword that I already have actually has a 5% damage restriction resistance. And I do need to stare at this because there is a set of units that I have that are based around defense. But yeah, like this raising pursuit, it's gonna be good because it's upon hitting with a photonic technique, track 50% of damage dealt within the next 5 seconds, and add additional damage to the next PA's techniques based on the damage dealt. Like that, it still has like a shit ton of words, and it's not giving like a actual set percent. Bug? Why is this a bug? Huh. So no one knows about that one. Sky Dance still kind of does the same thing. It's a 2%, but you had to be airborne. That's the conditional. Since I'm using my Ray units for NGS, can't really use SSAs, but I might transfer my Rivelates units and maybe my Claws units when I get them and put SSAs for them. For weapons, I'm not using SSAs either, since I have... Depends on what the grade is. For most of my end games to get a toy around with SSAs, I might toy around with non-SSA stuff, especially if I work on my Revelate Liberate. Is this the Japanese wiki? This was apparently update, unless this is the updated one. I can't remember. I think this is an obsolete old one. But yeah. And I think they updated this one. When did they update this? I don't remember. I asked John in the chat to give me the updated one. Oh yeah, this was edited in like on the 3rd. Okay, Glaire's abilities, yeah. Well, Catalysts, they suck. So I'm not gonna go for those. Surprisingly enough, the Lucky Rice stuff is something to note because it does give 5% and it's three abilities. However, the problem is, granted that John kind of exploited something and showed a certain thingy mabob, you can only get one grade of its type. So this isn't bad if I go for lucky stuff. Actually thinking about it, you just need a grade 1 and you'll be fine. I do have a unit that has it. But in terms of other abilities, I might want to toy around with it. A lot of these soul type abilities are going to be stuck with this, other than the Guardian Soul, which is going to give a lot more. But question is, how easy is it for people to get it? I might just be using up a lot of my protects on some junk stuff. I might be aiming to get a bunch of Guardians. Well, no, I can't really do that. Can I? I need to look through my different storages. See if I have an absolute glare or glare catalysts. The first should be updated. Okay, the spreadsheet was in terms of HP PP. Okay, so it's interesting how the abilities that you get to inflict becomes a resistance. I wonder how big of a deal it is for for status elements. It'll be interesting to see if the enemy can put a status element on us. I mean, they did in the past, like corruption and weak bullet, but it'll be nice to see a lot more, especially in the giant fights. Especially the corruption. That was a tricky one to toy around with, to deal with. Ah, well, that's shit. I'm actually in... Wait a second. Okay, so I'm interested to see how my tank build goes. Because... I'm just going to reveal it to you guys in this stream. I haven't officially released a video talking about it, and I don't want to release the actual in-depth details about the unit piece that I was using in my tank build. But the particular units that I have, and they're not finished yet, it's very questionable if I would want to use them. But the particular piece that I was working with in terms of being tanky, there's like a good chunk of them. Where's the one piece? So it's not finalized because I'm gonna be doing a lot more with it. I think I have some 7-slot protects that I could actually go crazy with. Because here's the thing. This is a unit piece that I made. And what I could also do is put a Guardian Soul if I want to. But granted that it's at... Well, I don't think I can. Because it's already too late for me to try to go for a Guardian Soul with this piece. It's an Astro Soul with block resist, shot resist, and mine resist. And from what I just read, it's a 1%. Now I need to look at the all resist abilities. All resist is like 0.5. So with the Astro Soul, it's going to be 0.5. What is it? Astro Soul is pretty much like this thing down here. It's going to be a 0.5, so that's like a 1. So since I have 3 abilities that are at grade 5, plus these 2 abilities, that's a 5. A 0.5%, so it becomes a 1%. So I have 4%. And... it's gonna be interesting to see how that unit piece fares. I think that's just one of my unit pieces. It's not the best one. I don't remember if I put a crack on the other one. The problem is it's not really finalized too, because I could put more abilities on it. But this is for... This converts into a 4-star. So I can't use it all right off the bat. Where's the other unit piece? Okay, I made that as it is because I was trying to upslot to get it to an 8-slot. I did put it... Where the hell did I put you? I thought I had a certain leg piece that had an ability. Rappy Shine, maybe? I think it was that one. I didn't actually finish it, too, because thinking about it... Yeah, I never finished it. So... I still need to make one defense unit piece. This thing here. That's what I was dealing with. Oh. I could do that too. Question is, well, it depends on what I need to move around. So, this thing over here, it's a glare ability. I think I went for a glare because I was like, I didn't want to deal with absolute. Now, what's the rule about the glares? Alright, so that's not bad. The glare abilities just by themselves gives you 4 stats. Now, not big on the HP and PP, but at the very least it gives you 0.5 with damage and damage resistance. Absolute Glare is the better grade because it gives +1 and gives you an actual finalized percent, not just a 0.5, it's a 1%. It kind of sucks that Returner 5 doesn't even give you a 1%, but I think Crack 5 gives you a 1%. Now, where is that? I think it was down. Crack 5 should be the easier one to actually manage compared to a Returner. Yeah, like, I'm just like, Crack has a lot more value apparently compared to Returner because it's actually a finalized 1%. Returner, on the other hand, it's like... Where are you? Returner. Like, you're not getting the full one. There's the trade-off. There's actually 5 abilities for Returner. 5. I mean, same can be said with even a grade 1 and 2. But it's just that, like... What do they give? A minimum damage. Oh yeah, minimum damage is a thing too. Doom Breaks. Have I worked with that? I worked with it in the past, but I don't have anything finalized with Doom Break. I don't think minimal damage is gonna be that great to try to... That's gonna be interesting to see how minimal damage work. Because technically Dex in PSO2 is supposed to be like that, but not... There weren't any Dex builds. Like, you wouldn't usually see a dex ability on your unit pieces. But it's like, do you really need that? It'll be interesting to see that. Like, Artifact is definitely like a good one too. It has 5 abilities, and that's an easy one to manipulate. Yeah, minimal damage is dex on PSO2, so but the problem is, like, you don't see a lot of it unless they really do flesh it out in PSO2 NGS, so unknown factor there. But it's nice to have all 5 of them. The problem I have with this is like the defense, because I do have an ability, but I don't know where it would fall under. That's enough defense cap, so... And I might put that onto my unit piece. It may not be a Mark 1 because marks aren't going to do as much. I mean, it's nice to have still. It's called a guard boost, I think. It's got a guard boost. I don't see a guard boost. I see a defense boost, but I don't think they're the same. So I'm confused on where that would be located at. Unless guard boost is pretty much like just a defense boost, and this is what it's going to give. And if it does give that, then could easily pop it. What's the marks? The mark abilities I need to stir out because I don't remember what the exact things are. Yeah, 0.5 only gives 2 of them, which is a hit or miss. It's nice because it's going to be better than some of the basic common abilities, but it's only 2 compared to like 5 or such. Surprisingly, a flint looks, well, the problem is, once again, like, it's a percent, and for the flints, it's just giving you HP and PP, and it's a low number. It's not going to be as grand. So, right now, Exceed, I might want to ignore the mark, so Exceed is going to be up there in my to-get list. Maybe the Grands, they're nice. Yeah, the Grands are nice. So if I have spare ones, I'll use them. With the Noble and Elegant, if I use any of these 2 grades, it's just gonna equal the same. Doom Breaks, they're okay. Emphasize on PP. PP gain has always been small, so that's not bad. I'm surprised that the number for HP is very small. Yeah, I might need to do that. I think there's some 8 slots that I do have on some high grade stuff that I could just transfer instead. Granted that it depends on how many passes I have. So... Alright, I might as well write this down on this notepad. Important? Nope, this one. So, abilities for NGS conversions. Exceed... Grands. Parentheses mean that I would rather go for that if possible. Sad that I'm surprised Omega Memorial has a lot more behind it. Mana Rift kind of makes sense because it does cover 3 stats. Where am I in terms of abilities? So I'm gonna have this off to the side while I try to prep some stuff. Glares, they're all nice. Obviously, Absolute's the better one. Parentheses, once again, means that it's the better one that I would want to go for, but it depends on myself. With Turner 5, highly doubt I'll get like a good chunk of it. Omega Memorial built-in slot. Could just shove that onto a junk piece. Or lesser grade. Crack 5, definitely like a huge plus. Could go for Crack 3, Crack 4. could go and farm a bit as well. Synthesis abilities, they're okay, not the best. I think that's most of the special abilities that caught my interest. And for Noble and yeah, so these basic stats, I may not want to try to place them. I might need to There's a couple weapons that might need some rework. I did get rid of some of the Crack 5 abilities I had on weapons. Anything Soul related is just getting equal to that. Guardian Cell obviously would be the better choice. Ripper and Slayers, sadly, they don't do as much. You could actually get a lot of damage sense if you toy around with a bunch of the Slayer abilities, but that is very specific. And for PSO2 usage, base PSO2, you would want to actually have a lot more of the Rippers instead of the Slayers. Kind of interesting to see that they give a 5% for Rippers, but for the Slayers they give 1%. Should be the other way around, because the Slayers are very situational. I was rich. I was, but then I spent it all on LAs and all that. Yeah, surprisingly the boosts are something as well, so I'll mark that down. Boost, abilities, and the phrase stuff. Phrase decay is not going to do that as well. It'll do great on PSO2, but for NGS, it's not. I wish I could rename some of the weapon names so I would know what Lightweave would be used for NGS. Granted, I can always make a note of that. And then just for me not going back and forth, damage SSAs, 1%. Yeah, so the Slayer would be nice. You can actually put so many different Slayer types. The only problem is you're gambling, because those abilities aren't at 100% unless you do it on a boost week and everything goes according to plan. And you squish everything together. It'd be nice to have one, but the thing is, for PSO2, like base PSO2, you're not going to use all of those abilities. It's better to go for the Ripper ones, but in terms of NGS translations, if you have a lot of the Slayer ones, that'll be great. They'll be able to stack most likely over there in NGS unless they do something upon its release. Damage reduction 1%. PP SSAs 5%. Now, I was hoping that I would toy around with this reduction thing and get the certain abilities I could make it go to 25, but it's rather difficult because I think for the S5 abilities, there's no PP reduction ability. For S1, 2, 3, yes, especially with the curse one, but I don't even remember if S4 has one. Flowing Grace is, what is it? Damage reduction. Flowing Grace would be nice, but it's, the problem, it's a fifth, it's like, you're pretty much getting the PP reduction, but that damage reduction is questionable depending on if you're able to stack on that. If you can't really stack on it, I don't feel like you should go for it, but that's just me. If you have nothing else, though, it's like, it's something as well. Okay, so S2, S3, Curse, Radiance. This one is going to go on a very specific one. Damage 1%. And I do have one on a weapon too. S4, just get it. I'll make a note just says, just get it. S8, 2%. Oh wait, Skydance, 2%. Conditional, Airborne. Yeah, they could have rebalanced it too. Either way, it's like I can always adapt. Because as long as you keep the SSAs, it's not going to be bad. The one thing you had to be careful of is just these finalized abilities, because you don't want to try to backtrack. I could just leave some of the weapons as they are, like the live stream that I have with the gun. That's. Are we able to use the gun stash in the beginning? Could just have this on me, still be good as it is. This is a damage, so damage SSAs, they're converted to a 1%. So 1%, 1%, 1%. Oh, I'm not liking this conversion on the gun slash. This might not be used as much. This one, what was it? I need to augment will. Wow, looking at that money of mine, it's sad. Alright, so what do I have? The sword is a work in progress. Augment intent. Okay. Did I already get you to an S5? Why didn't I upgrade you yet? How many of these things do I not upgrade? That has an augment intent. Augment intent 1 is pretty much the same as a regular one. This is the 8th slot at the factor. I mean, no, this is the, what is called? Revelate? Revelate. No, Rinza. Somewhat too good. The big one that I'm surprised about is the S4. But I think they'll leave it as it is. I have not finalized this. Why haven't I not finalized it? It's a rod. So, ability-wise, I could slap a Grand Tech on it. Alright, before I do anything with these weapons and try to figure out some stuff with it. Hey there, Vanilla, how you doing? Let me actually finish the unit pieces, so... Man, I should have checked my other characters before I actually spent that 100. The big thing is, if I did a dummy mistake, which is most likely, could have had a character that has the absolute glares and destroyages. I could do that. Well, the thing is, I have a, like, most likely with the 4-man runs that I've been doing, it's good, and the certain class I'm playing as, I'm gonna leave the weapons as, some weapons as they are. But in terms of NGS stuff, it's like I'm gonna most likely make sure that the stats are specifically for NGS usage. Why am I running around here for? Check your storage. That's what I need to do. Because I need to figure out if I have any sort of glares. Not what was I? Not what I was looking for. Glare catalyst, nope. In terms of my characters, who has my glares? So pretty much what I'm doing is just having different sets. So I have one for PSO2 and then one for NGS. In terms of units, I'll leave the Crag as it is because it's good. But I might have some other unit pieces that will be for a certain build. The only thing is I just need to get some of the old stuff. In terms of units, let's go through the rarity. This is why I kept some of my old stuff from back then. Granted that it's also sentimental value. With units, you don't need to worry about new types and old types. Weapon, however, I do need to work on those because you do need new type weapons. It can't be old types. Hey there, Ria. How you doing? So unit-wise, like, I'll show you guys what units I'm going to be most likely using. And this is back then in episode 2 era. Or 3, 2 era. Oh, wait, shit, my... Alright, so what I'm gonna do, since I don't want to actually leave some of the old stuff that I have on my support characters, I'm gonna have to actually swap. I'm gonna use some of the stuff that I got from the 4-man that's already at an 8 slot, get it to plus 10, shove it on my characters, and just be on my support characters, and they can just stay with that. Yeah, I would say like the big thing is I kept everything, and this is just my rule of thumb and how I want to do things, and I hold stuff that has sentimental values. So most of the units that I ever used in game are still with me. All of the old weapons that I have are still with me. Like I didn't get rid of these old type weapons. Now the problem is with the old types is that it does not convert to NGS. Uh, I might be able to use this. What was the rule? What was the conversion things? It was like what 13 star, 14 stars. They were 3 stars. Then I can't remember the damn thing. Because what I might also use is some of the stuff that I already currently have. That's the problem is I can't push this to a higher slot number, but I may not even need to push it at a higher slot number. Anyways, back on the original topic. Let me actually deal with this storage space. So I think it's over here. If I go for number of abilities, rarities. If I can find some junk stuff that I could just upgrade. Do I need to actually go to all storages? Why not? Or what I could do. I really need to use the restroom. Not to mention going back to PSO2, yeah. The big thing is like I'm keeping like if you have a crag, you're pretty much good. But once again, it kind of falls back into the other level grades too. Because there's like I don't feel like you need to worry about like the 1-star stuff because you get it most likely breeze through the beginning stuff. The only problem you might bump into is when you start getting into the grade 2s and 3s, and that might require a certain requirement or level. Stefan says, when we convert our weapons to NGS, do we know if we lose them in base PSO2? It's going to be able to convert to and fro, and most likely they program something in their coding where it will be able to figure that out. So certain abilities that it has from PSO2 is going to convert accordingly to NGS, and then vice versa. Now, the only thing that I'm not 100% aware of is abilities that you have from NGS that can be converted. Coding might prevent you from trying to affix augments over there with PSO2 weapon in the NGS affix augment. There might be some issues with that, and like that's gonna solve some of the problems. There's a lot of things that I can't really answer because we would actually need NGS to see how it plays out. I might think conversion will only work with new types, because as you know, there is a big purge of non-new type weapons, like for example, Ray Scorpio or Launcher that could be fired on shoulder then hip. Not only that, there's a lot of old types, and it's just going to be a pain in the butt to code them all in or convert it. It is what it is. I have a lot of old weapons that could have been used, but they're not going to register as such. If I show you like my basic storage, all of these things that I have down here, some of them are old types. Like all these things down here, that's at different rarities, they're all old types. Global does not have an issue with that, so you don't need to worry about it. But if you're playing on Japan, like even if it's in the right parameters for the conversion, you have to be aware if it's a new type or old type. Yeah, so pretty much what I stated, John is saying some of this stuff. Alright, John also state that, which I kind of need, so let me copy and paste that, because I'm a dummy, and I will most likely forget. What's the highest rarity for units? Is it like... Is it grade 4, or is it grade 3? Because my dummy brain don't remember squat. Okay, so for weapon conversion from PSO2 to NGS. 1 to 6 star is a 1 star. 7 star to 12 star is a 2 star. 13 star to 14 star is a 3 star. I don't think I'll be stressing as much on the 1 and 2 star. I was gonna do a certain challenge on PSO2, so I might make that said weapon. But for the one weapon that I don't have any sort of conversion with, it'll most likely be with the 7 and 12 stars. So I would need to stare at my storage and see if I can find something. Or I could just use a Nox. Okay, there's a bunch of numbers. A 4. What was the conversion for the units? Okay, yeah, so Nina also converts to that as well. So anything that's from PSO2 to NGS, most likely you cannot interact with that particular weapon in NGS. So that means you would need to work with it over in PSO2. That means there is a certain coding where it will be able to recognize like the certain abilities that it converted to. So if you had like these certain abilities over here in PSO2, and it converts to certain abilities NGS, you can't tamper around with that and you can't fuck it up. And then when you go back to PSO2, it will be able to undo the conversion that it did. So if you had like, let's just say a bunch of these, let's say you have body 5, react 5, mind 5. Most likely it's going to convert that accordingly and you get have 3 damage resistance 1% in your stat overhaul. But when you go back to PSO2, even though you see 3 of these abilities here, when you go back to PSO2, it's going to do that. It's going to convert back to your body 5, react 5, to mind 5. It's the same for units. So pretty much that means if it's a 4 star, that means 13 stars is going to convert to a 4 star. The last, no, excuse me, 13, yeah, 13 star, 11, 12 star is a 3 star. 1 to 6? Wait. Ria says, I'm wondering how Sega will balance the converted units versus the ones you acquire in NGS because the HP and PP and the DPS gains from foe times 8 claws god is crazy. Weapons are not a big concern in comparison. Oh, that's gonna be something. This is why it's gonna be a slight problem for those who really didn't play as much. And once, well, it depends on what abilities they offer as well in NGS, because there is a little gimmick that caught my interest where it's like certain weapons and units that drop have a certain ability from its drop. So that might be a key change. It might be a big factor into you doing stuff in NGS. But in terms of right now, from what we have and having a bit of control with it, stuff that you have in endgame for PSO2 is gonna help you with later in NGS, or at least the beginning stages of NGS before they start adding all these new abilities and better equipment, stuff that's above it. Pretty much, like, it depends on how you want to do it. I'm not gonna try to force anyone to, like, actually prep and get themselves ready. If they don't want to. It's just that there's pros and cons to it. There's a lot of pros to it more than cons, and this is more of an investment and something that can help you, especially if you go back to PSO2. If you strictly just stick with stuff in NGS, you gotta also consider the fact that the NGS stuff cannot be converted into PSO2, unless they do fix that or add that or change that. So some of the abilities strictly in NGS may not be able to convert into PSO2, and you're kind of in a sticky situation, because that means if you haven't done anything in PSO2 that can help you do some in-game stuff, if you need to revisit it, then you're kind of stuck. And then you gotta backtrack, and then you kind of waste a bit of time when you could be going forward. But this is just my thought process and what my 2 cents about it. Let me also get in out of the chat Discord. Interpret as. Guess we could use that instead. Yeah. Granted that it depends on what they add. There's a lot of gimmicks that they didn't really reveal in the beta, and some people kind of mentioned it here and there. In terms of balancing, I have no clue. The big problem as a vet that played in episode 2 and 3 of Japanese PSO2 and seeing a lot of issues here and there with other things, balancing it hasn't been that great for a lot of the classes, and if they're not able to balance out the classes, that's going to be a bit of issues with other things as well. They kind of dumped a lot of things that they could have worked on in PSO2, but they're redoing it again in NGS. And as a vet, it's just that like I can't vouch anything about them fixing stuff because they kind of left that as it is in PSO2. They're not backtracking and fixing this stuff in PSO2. Now they're going forward and going to NGS, but they're kind of recycling using the same stuff that they could have worked on in PSO2. But enough of my chit chat. What was I doing? Let me actually do some stuff in game before like this video goes on and on. What I need to do is get some unit pieces. Alright, so why am I keeping you? You got a crack. Why am I keeping that? I had Omega Memoria. Why am I keeping this? It has an Ether Soul. I have a lot of these claws pieces. Let me just get the... Let me just get these abilities. What's the one piece? Let me get this to plus... That's a 7 slot? That was an 8 slot. Yeah, let me just plus that 10 there. I don't think it's too broken, especially since they did nerf the HP and PP gain. Yeah, but it's... I don't know, it depends. Like, someone's gonna break the game. Unless the new team is, like, on point with the balances. But once again, seeing the past with how they did stuff in PSO2 may be the same thing in NGS. We shall see. I'll most likely address it or bring it up when I see it. Shit, the only problem with this boost week is that it's not a grind 0 cost, so I do have to spend Meseta. Now, the reason why I'm actually upgrading these light streams is so I can shove it on my support characters and grab the unit pieces that they have. I could also give them this instead. Grade 6, grade 6. I don't really need this one, so I'll actually give them that. Mix match the unit piece. Yeah, I was thinking about it in regards that new players might get jealous of how much the survival the players has. Then again, I'm sure Sega will think it's out with 4-star tier gear. It kind of... It's kind of a seesaw thing. It's like, if you played the game, and you enjoyed the game, and you did some of the end game content, you're rewarded with having decent stuff, especially when you get to NGS. If you start entirely new in NGS, and work with stuff in NGS, that can be its own reward. But at the same time, it depends on the different mentalities and how people view it. Like, it just depends on how active you were and how much you love the game. Come to B13. Why do I need to come to B13? You know B13 isn't good for me to do on stream. Because, like, in some purpose, you counter tanks with damage over time, like poison, plus defenses, and HP is better than just having a one trick with HP only. Plus, they won't be killing enemies anytime soon with HP focused build. That kind of goes into a bit of an issue with what is it? What people might have already did in PSO2. Especially if people went for the HP meta build. That's gonna hurt anyone that hasn't really gone through other augments and affixes, which is bad. Alright, let me go to blue. Apparently they're telling me to go over there. I swear, if anything bad happens, I'ma choke you, blue. Actually, you're not my NPC. I need to grab this one. Oh yeah, I could tell him to stop doing this collection stuff. It's done. Wait, is maintenance about to kick in? Shouldn't be doing it now. Should be like tomorrow. Are you the one that has my goddamn weapons? Here's my unit piece. Wait, no, you're not the one. It's... Okay, you basically have shitty stuff. Alright, you're not the one that I'm supposed to be working with. It's the other support character. What the hell happened to my sake units? I need to find out where the hell it is. Or where it's at. Now, I don't know why blue wants me in B13. What do you think will be more expensive NGS? More power or shoot? Kind of fixes. It depends on. That's a hard one. Those two are going to be high up there compared to that. Maybe technique, but it depends. What the hell? Oi, blue! I'm gonna kill you. Stop being some other person. Ah, blue. I just shake my head. Of course you would want to do that. Where's the other person that could also do this BS? Anyways, I'm moving away now. Because I got other stuff to do. Kun's like, what were you fixing more? If stats NGS are universals, I don't think there is power or shoot, or did I miss something? Oh yeah, there is no power or shoot. You're right. They are universal. Actually, yeah, there's no power or shoot, so that wouldn't be a huge issue. But if you're asking if power is going to be high up there in terms of value, it might be. Actually, let's look at it before I say stuff out of my butt. Yeah, it's pretty much universal. There's only different grades. Oh, who subscribed to me? Thank you! Oh, I cannot read that for the life of my eyes. Whoever subscribed to me, thank you. Let me stare at that. Oh. Oh, okay, yeah, so there are different, so... No clue if that's gonna have a bit of a copyright issue, so let's skip to the next song. There might be... Those are special abilities. It might be only in NGS that there's different types. But I don't see it on the wiki. But most of the basic ones are universal. Alright, let me set my stuff back up again. In-game NGS capsule drops, not important ones. Yeah, there might be different grade types. I don't remember. Actually, I think it's in my beta gameplay that they do have different types. So yeah, that might be a thing. The big thing is, like, if it sticks to what it usually is, a lot of people will like to go into melee. So that's attack's gonna be high. Our attack will be high as well, and then technique might be low, or it could be even out, but it depends on how people view the attack types and how many people like a certain class. Wait, well, what was the word instead of using conversion? It was interpret as. Nice. Hopefully you can get that J sword. We are gonna get early maintenance though, so keep that in mind. I don't need to do weeklies anymore. I'm done with my weeklies on PSO2. I could do it just so I have some income to actually do augments and affixes. But anyways, let me get on this character. They stack medium attack. It can stack the same affix. Keep in mind that is only max damage variation, not flat out DPS increase. Yeah, rangers are getting... The thing about the... When I was playing Ranger, it was stupidly easy, especially if you're already used to Phantom. Because it kind of has a lot of things that piggybacks off of Phantom. Obviously, they didn't release the launcher weapon, so I can't really vouch on the launcher side, but for the rifle, it was very easy for me to just, like, get into it, and it was very easy to just iframes, evade, do a bunch of usage. Granted that I'm not used to the enemy types, and I still need to get used to other things as well. But it wasn't as bad. Like, I feel like Force and Ranger, they're going to be easy to do. In terms of difficulty and learning scale, it's not that bad. Doing some other gimmicks and whatnot might be a different story. I may want to try Force, even though it is pretty easy and straightforward. I do want to try it with the Talus. So I might need to get a Talus weapon prepped and ready. Okay, so where's the 10? Are these 10 stars that I upgraded? Shit, did I put you in character storage or basic? Could use that piece. I think I put you in character storage. I feel like I put you in character storage. No, did I? That's an 8 slot for a reason. That is a 6 slot. Is that a leg? That's a leg. I need to toy around with the SSAs on this piece. Yeah, I was having a talk, a talk with a Japanese ranger. God's like new for a while in Japanese, so if they are going to be super easy to learn, but there is some crazy mastery of player skills ceiling. They said there's a high chance for that. Like even though there's I can point to Luster. Luster is a good example of that because even though it is straightforward and easy to actually get a lot out of it, you would need to have a bit of skills with it. Once you understand it, you'll be able to do so much with it. Now what? S7. Ah, shit. I'm getting too old for this. I'm just being lazier than usual. My money is not high up there. Let's go to S7 ability. Sure, why not? HP. And I can kill that thing. I'm gonna burn my unique badges tomorrow for rare weapons, cause why not? It's all good. Try to get rid of almost a good chunk of your currency. They ran a full 10-hour stream testing stuff. Jesus. That's the thing, like, there's gonna be a lot of interesting things. I do miss people who test out so many mechanics and stuff, and now since it's a new page, there's gonna be a lot of testers and a lot of people trying out new things. How much are you gonna eat up? I feel like you're gonna eat up a lot more Meseta than what I'm gonna be using. Let's do that, and then get this ability here. How much are you gonna cost? Of course, let me get some grinders. Lucid Avis. What is that ability? People have been bringing that up. I mean, thing is, I kind of want my katana. It would be nice to play on Braver again, but I can wait. I think one batch of this should be fine. Do you guys think NGS offers more flexibilities in terms of classes choice, or will meta combination be similar to PSO2? Since I played in the past, I can say that they should flesh out a lot of the things that they dropped. And what they're doing, especially with like the multi-class stuff and all the gimmicks that could have happened in PSO2, they're doing it in NGS. So it's going to be something to look forward to. And they should really stress on it, because the reason why augments and affixes have value in runs is because that's the only thing that can definitely play a bit of a power to what you're doing. If they kept multi-class weapons, if they kept crafting around, if they kept or they increased the number of the stats you can get from timed abilities and stuff, like these things would play a huge factor compared to that of just like augments and affixes. But because they didn't really flesh that out, like most of the times to get a good chunk of damage, you would need to use a bunch of consumable items, use team boosts, use the rings, put them on your units, use augments and affixes, have the right unit that can do the job, or the weapon that can do the job with the potential SSA abilities. But other than that, it's like you level skills, and then that's it. Like, they didn't do much with crafting. They dropped it. They didn't do much with multi-class weapons. They dropped that. Not a lot of endgame weapons have multi-class usage. And the other problem is with multi-classing, you still had to follow a certain gimmick about it. Which is pretty much you had to have the class, either your main or sub, to use photon actions unless it's built in the weapon. And that was a bit of a problem because that takes away the flexibility that you could do. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff that was like in NGS is kind of combining crafting and augments and affixes and just doing, well, it's kind of separate still, because if you get to put multi-class stuff that you want to do, there's a certain way to do it in NGS, but that's like in reference, like if I had to pull up like what happened in PSO2, that's like adding the class you would want onto a weapon by crafting. The thing is, like, for Japanese and Southeast Asia PSO2, they saw a lot of hybrids. There was so many different combinations of things that you wouldn't normally see, like how I talked about fighter bouncers or fighter rangers or something. It was a lot of hybrids, but that started to die down, and it started to use a lot more the Scion successor classes. Most of the times in endgame, there's a lot of successor Scion classes. Like, tell me, like, if you go into an NBA, tell me who's not using a Scion class as a main in or sub. Like, Scion classes are too good, and it kind of ruined some of the old classes. Some of the old classes can still carry their weight, but it's like, it's so easy to just go for these Scion successor classes because they're just built different. And it's a bit sad because, once again, there was like so much diversity and so many different class things, class combos you can go for, but you couldn't do that with, like, I mean, you can still do it. Fighter, Luster, Gunner, Luster. Well, I don't know if that's a viable one, but it's just that, like, the OG classes died. And I will release a video talking about my thoughts about the closed beta for NGS. I'm gonna have to upload that after this stream. And I do mention this point about how I feel like they're just recycling some stuff when they could have done it in PSO2. Don't get me wrong, there's pros and cons to it, but it's just that, why did they do it in PSO2? There was like a lot of downtimes where they could have fixed some of this stuff that people were saying like, please fix, but no. But, you know, the other thing is like Global can't really see that because they didn't go through that phase. I would rather not talk much about these skills, and specifically since due to the backlash I was talking, they might do last. Yeah, it's, you gotta be flexible, adaptable. If they change some stuff, like some of the people who played in the beta can point that out, and I am gonna be streaming a good chunk of my NGS gameplay instead of doing videos. So you're gonna hear me mention some things that might catch my attention, or like some things that I might address. Skills, like, the big thing is you just gotta be flexible, and you just gotta be able to do whatever you need to do in game. A lot of Japanese vets, true Japanese vets, they have that flexibility. Like when I was fighting a good chunk of the enemies in PSO2 and PSO2 NGS, like I adapted. The only thing is, I'm irked at that level range, but it's not a big deal. It's like very small. Anyways, I know you have my goddamn unit pieces, so let me get my unit pieces off of you. What the fuck? Wait, is this it? Why can't you equip that? Okay, you could equip this, which I'm fine with. Did I not pull out my rear piece? What the... I thought I had a rear piece. Why did I not see you? Oh, that's why it's locked. Alright, you don't equip locked stuff, so give me back my piece. Man, this is old unit piece. I could talk about it. So, unit piece I just pulled off of my girl. This is my old unit piece that I made in episode 4 era. Now, I know it's episode 4 because Magic Soul wasn't a thing. I thought it was episode 3, but no, it's episode 4. I didn't really finalize it because, as you can see, I didn't have the flints and modulators on it. But, yeah. This is O. Morph says, I mean, you really can't have a class to be viable without a Scion sub or main in HT. It depends. Like, the big problem with you bringing up the 4-man Primordial Darkness, it's not just you. Like, if you had to talk about that sort of gauge, I would have to point to the solo Saddam, because, like, some of the OG classes were able to go through it. Like Dave, for example, he was able to clear with Gunner Fighter. That's an OG class combo, and it's still strong. So they were able to clear it. But when it comes to parties, it's just going to be a lot of other factors you got to consider in terms of clearing it. And I still need to make a video talking about it. But it depends on the situation. And a good chunk of the OG class combos can be used to do ultra hard content. It's just that you have to build up on your skills and knowledge of that, and it goes into that balance of things. But it's very easy for someone to just use like an Etoile to cheese or tank a lot of the ultra hard stuff compared to that of like fighter hunter mains. Granted that they have a bit of survivability with the hunter skill tree. So there's a lot of things to note. Like, you could still use some of the old classes and ignore the Sky and its successes, but it's just so tempting and juicy, and the Scion classes, successor classes, are just very well versed in a lot of things. Like Hero, for example, they can do, they can pull aggro, they can do solo content, they could do a lot of powerhouse moves. It's just that you will have to make sure you have a balance of things. Phantom, they're just fast in terms of casting time compared to that of Force mains, or like, you can still do Force, but you could have a subclass of Phantom because of the Phantom skill tree. You wouldn't really, I mean, you could go for Force Techer, but it's going to be a bit difficult to try to go on par with like a fighter, a Force Phantom. There's a Twal. Like, if you want to be damage and tank, you could easily do that with a Twal without having to go like Hunter Fighter. What else? Luster. Luster is its own different category. I can't even say anything about that one. Because it emphasized heavily on combos and just a lot of other things. It's like Sega did buff them, but it's late. When Primordial, like when they first released Face of the Abyss on the Japanese PSO2, they just buffed the fighter and hero class. Surprisingly, in my first Abyss run, I saw a lot more heroes than like Lusters, and then later on I saw a bunch of Lusters. But it just shows like it's like, where's the love to all these old classes? And I mean, they're getting it now with NGS, but it's like, why didn't they do it in PSO2? Could be, well, I don't know. It's just that I feel like it's excuses, but it is what it is. Anyways, let me try to remember what this is. Terms of conversions. Break every content. Luster's just, like, I had a bit of issues with Luster's, but yeah, Luster's pretty fucking broken. Like, most of the Skyline classes are up there. When we did that collab with RC, when we talked about, like, the OP classes, honestly, most of the Skylines are broken. The only reason why I went for Fighter Hunter as my example was because I knew that everyone was gonna say a Skyline class. Well, I was surprised when people said Gunner, but Gunner's pretty high up there as well, as long as you have the skills and you know your stuff. But it just shows that Scions and successes were just overpowering. There's something. What am I gonna look at? You. So I'm curious to what a modulator is like. Modulator. Oh, modulator is grouped in with Arcs Max Veculum. That's only a 5%. That sucks. But this is technically... What is this? A 3-star? So that's 5%. Flint... Oh, wait. It has a... I think it's only a few percent numbers. I might need to override it with 8 slots. Which I could do. And I just need to focus on at least one of these sets. Because it's not like you have to make an R attack, an S attack, T attack. Granted that there are some abilities in NGS that might be very specific about it. Alright, do I have an 8 slot that has a good chunk of abilities that I don't mind? Shoot 5s, they wouldn't be bad. I will most likely rely heavily on dodging and evading. And just trying to learn the class, doing animation canceling, and then iframes if need be. So... The only thing is, I do plan to move some of my characters around, and I would actually want them to have the best gear, so I might need to overlook some things. Actually, I just remembered. No way, I already swapped into pieces. What's ability 4? A 12 could literally do that, but at the same time, there's still a limit, and some people just, like, pop their 12 will, and then they still die. I mean, granted that I was lazy, and I did a bit of that every now and then. Trying to look at this piece. This has good abilities. This is grade 6. The only problem I have... Damn. The big problem is I'm gonna have to try to push these damn things to an 8 slot. I might not need to do that if I am okay with a 7 slot instead. Let me put that there. Alright, let me get back on Sherelle. She has most of my stuff that I need. It's not too well versed in fighters since they buffed it, but don't people run Luster sub now for us? Some of them can, yeah, like Fighter Luster, Tekker Luster, that's a thing. Oh yeah, that's a big problem with Fighter Lust in general, the voltage loss reading the chat. It depends on what the content is and if you're able to just make sure that it stays up. That's the giant thing that I hear about like certain luster subs, that you need to make sure you have your voltage up. I can't personally vouch much about Fighter Luster since I haven't really toyed around with it. I was supposed to, but because of NGS, it's like, nope, that's going into back burner now. Ria says build up Photon Action even 20% harder than what Fighter Luster is at. Okay, so you guys are just sharing some stuff. Let me get back on my own thing. I need to go through all my storages. Because there's some stuff that might be useful in them. Honestly, I wouldn't need to have the best of abilities too. I could just stick with like a bunch of percents. Have like tech, shoot, technique 3 on one of them. Apparently you don't have the things that I thought you had, unless it's over here. All resist 5. Excuse me? That's the first time I've seen an all resist 5. Problem with trying to even work with the all resist 5 is that you need to toy around with its percent or transfer it. I'm surprised they don't have something for all resist 5s in here. All down. What the hell's an all down? Oh, wait. All down is in reference to the status elements. It will be able to reduce all of these status elements by a certain percent. If it's at grade 5, I feel like it might be at a 4%. And then damage reduction might be at a 75%. But I don't have that because I know that I couldn't really work with all resist 5. Hey there, ECU. Census abilities. I really don't like how lackluster that one is. Anyways, let me look at this thing. Orange Glare, Doom Break 3, Power, Mutation 2. Those two abilities aren't good for transfer. I can toy around with this one. As an Ether Sub, I don't think I would mind killing it. The only rule of thumb is that... Well, no, it's not going to be hard to work with. I just need to figure out what other abilities I want to shove on it. However, it's an 8 slot, meaning that I had to work with stuff that's at an 8 slot. Yeah, all down might be in reference to the other status. This is like all the status elements in the game are reduced. So you're not... It's reduced by a certain percent. Not really making a bunch of claws. I'm just trying to figure out what I need to finalize. Let's go back to the original thing, which was the unit piece. Because I do need to... what was it? I need to actually make my crag. Note that I never actually made crag. I made 2 cage and then 1 crag. I made another crag during last boost week. Now I need to finalize it. Now the big mistake that I did was actually make a fucking unit piece with damn it. Thinking about it, I'm gonna need factor abilities, don't I? Man, am I not? Blah 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 blah. That's useful. That's not useful. This is the piece that I fucked up with. I'm trying... What did I spend my money on? Shit. Do I have an absolute? I don't think I do. And I think I just, like, have a huge issue now in trying to get the crag. Because I did get a glare receptor. Glare receptor was stupid. Yeah, I don't have anything with absolute. I don't think I can actually go with this plan. I'm gonna have to revisit this later. Unless I do Kratos. Just use your gaming units. I'm building different sets, but lower grade sets. Which is, most of them are okay. But I do want to take advantage of this boost week before it poofs. I'm gonna have to work on some weapons. The weapons aren't gonna be as bad. I think I know what I would want to go for. It's just that to finalize my units, I need to figure out who has what. Glares, LVOX. Hey there, Zero, how you doing? This stream is not gonna end anytime soon, so you're good. I don't think it's gonna end anytime soon because I'm really trying to get through this Affix week before NGS comes out. So I do have glares. Question is, do I have catalysts? No. Do I have any absolutes? That's the big ability that I need. I don't think I have any, unless it's in one of my storages. Shit. Yeah, I think I actually depleted it last time, so I should have actually done a bit of Creator runs. That's on me then. Oh, that means I'm stuck with those 2 unit pieces I spent a good chunk of Meseta on. Well, I say good chunk, but it's actually a shit ton. You gave the rest of your Meseta, that's great. I spent my 4 billion. I could still earn a lot of Meseta, but I'll wait and see how people are in terms of wanting some old stuff from PSO2 and NGS. The only problem is how many people are still going to be playing regular PSO2 and NGS is out, and if people are really trying to go for old stuff. If there's still a way for me to get a good chunk of Meseta, I'll most likely sell off these things. Or I'm going to do a giveaway, which I did mention in my Meseta thing. And when I was talking about like why I didn't do market money making video stuff, I mentioned about a giveaway. I think I'm not going to be doing as much in terms of augments and affix of units, except maybe transferring it. Kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth that I didn't actually do a bit of PSO2 stuff. Yeah, like the big thing is I need to do Kratos. Since I'm team, oh yeah, I need to advertise for my team on JP as well. Who has my voices? I'll show you guys a few things that I'm planning to give out. Pandora has my voices, so let's stare at them. So yeah, brain can go overload if you don't do. If you don't plan stuff out, and then it can also be bad if you just do last minute stuff. So Pandora actually has, no, those abilities aren't as grand. So the voices. She also has accessories. Why didn't I write that down? Pandora. Voice tickets. No, it's not just voice tickets. She has NGS related stuff. I think this is NGS related. Yeah, so she also has a few helmets too. Logo. I might want to try to account log that. And I just realized Sherelle has most of my money. What is this thing? UC says I played 5 bill for camo, got my weapon prepped and units prepped and bought out as many Alliance member stores as I could. And then Ria says, I feel blessed of being a JP retiree and ship for global sing the prices once making god units. Everything in Black Friday cheap. I'm trying to remember some of these voices. There's one that I might give away that's really dummy expensive. That's Star Jibs. I can't give that away. It gotta be one of these extra voices one. That's 31. Excuse me? I don't even know some of these things. This one is 20. Nutty the fuck. Okay, my gamble paid off with some of these because they used to be this cheap, but now they're getting to the stupid numbers. I know one of these voices had like a lot of worth behind it, but I don't remember who it was. There's like so many voice tickets that I had too, just sitting here. Some of them are cheap because they were free. Yeah, I think... Okay, I invested in NGS stuff. Okay, someone explain to me, why the fuck is a suit at 2 bill? Someone explain to me, how is a suit 2 fucking bill? This is bad. I feel like these prices are out there just because there's not a lot of people playing on the certain chip. But at the same time, it's like, who the fuck decides to put this at 2 bill? I account locked this mother... Did I account lock it? Oh, no, it doesn't look like I account lock it. Ooh. That is 2 bill, though. Fuck. That is 2 bill. How the fuck is that 2 bill? Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, God. That is 2 bill. Oh, wait, no. That explains why I was showing everything else. Why the fuck was that 2 bill? This voice is expensive because there's only one of its type. Yeah, pretty much. That's the real marketing. If that's the only one, you have full control. But, that is stupid. That is 2 bill. Their name could be blank. There has been the usernames that are blank. Don't matter anymore. I'm gonna cake blue. The big problem is, like, I can't really do much with the meseta. Like, even if I earn a lot, most of it's gonna be just me being lazy and just trying to finish up some little things. Or buying some stuff right off the bat. Because the big ones that I want, in terms of meseta, or the fashion things that I want, are dead. And it's old collab items. These old collab items go for a lot more, which is in the bills. But man, I'm just sitting here just trying to remember some crap. Yeah, I don't think I can actually do anything with the units, so... Why did I go in Pandora in the first place? It was to show the stuff that I was going to give away. So once again, if you're new to Japan, or if you bump into me in my streams on Japanese PSO2, you are eligible for the free stuff that I will give away. They can vary in terms of accessories from PSO2, and could be in some stuff from NGS. And the reason why I'm doing something like this is because I'm trying to keep my voice down. Everyone's asleep. Like, the big thing is that price was an NGS outfit, so there is some value to it. Now, the question is if they do a revival and if it's really worth 2 bill. It will depend, because the big thing you also gotta note is if it's in the beginning, they will have value in due time. because it's in the beginning, and they may not revisit that for a long time. It's like how some of the stuff in the Microsoft beta was expensive because it was from the beta of Global PSO2. Honestly, I feel like I'm just gonna leave the unit pieces as they are. I could try to push it. But at the same time, I don't think I actually really prepped myself. Because there's a lot of stuff I haven't really organized. Let's go to the weapon making then. Weapon making, weapon. That stays in PSO2. Okay. Ares, don't need you, but you can hold S1, S2, S3. Keep you at a 7th slot, or find something else that's at a 1 slot. You can hold S1, S2, S3? No. $13 stars. What am I keeping you for? Nothing. Heard there would be a price cap min-max on the market for AC scratch items, however they didn't say any of the specifics in the Japanese news site. Oh no, there's certain items that are worth the billions, but it just depends on what it is. If it's a lobby action, let me just show this lobby action. It might get censored because this lobby action is very, very expensive. It's also very explicit depending on what you're wearing. I need to clean it out, ECU. Some of this stuff is like obsolete now. But yeah, I cleared out a majority of it. Most of my storage space was like a lot worse. Kind of sucks that you had to go to the salon to actually get the NGS look. Now, where the heck is the one that I'm going for? And I don't have my stockings. Accessories, costume, body paint. This is stockings. Kinda sucks that the fashion does not work over here in PSO2. They might fix this again, they might not leave and fix it. Let me delete that. Because that gimmick is dead. Alright, yep. So, the one thing that I bought recently that cost me 3 billion, and technically this certain pose is more than that right now on the market. I think it is right now on Japanese ship. It's like PR pose 5. PR pose 5 is PR pose, but it's grade 5. This is a limited item because you had to buy the pants that came along with it. So it was a collab item sort of thing, but limited time. PR pose 5 in blue showing it off. This thing is a pain in the ass for me to get because it started to go up the moment they release it. It was at 1 billion, but it went to 3 bill, it went to 5 bill, went to 10 bill. This thing is 9 bill. This thing is limited because there's only a few of these. And like the big thing about PR Pose 5 is like what Blue's doing right now, where pretty much it does this. There's 4 poses to it. Actually, better yet. No. Let me position the camera. Like, is it really worth that much? Not really, but at the same time it's limited and it's pretty nice and it's default and it is. Sticks your butt out and stuff pretty much. That's one of them. Just to show it on the front side. It's like you're leaning in and such. Then if I do the male version of it, this thing, it cost me 3 bill. Now, Blue also helped with the negotiations and bartering and dealing, so shout out to Blue. They're right next to me. I mean, yeah, technically it is loot. And you can blame Sega for that, because they made it intentional and it's in the game. But this is PR Pose 5, and this thing costs a bunch. Now, I also got the Persona Pose, which is this one. Persona Pose. Reference to Persona. From PSO2. Now, I don't remember what was the camos I can use. I think Double Saber was one of them. Do I have a camo for that, though? Yes, I do. Do I have a weapon for that? I have no clue. Wait. Oh. Let me go to fighter. But yeah, this is where I spent most of my money. I had 4 billion, but then it all went down the drain. Do double this thing. Oh, I have a couple weapons I could use for actually no, that's a 15 star. I do have a... Did I get rid of it? I feel like I got rid of it. That's the thing, the fashion stuff is gonna be eating us up. Alright, so if I remember correctly, it should register this as well, the camo that I have. So it does take the camo into account. Kinda wish that it just like what is it? Made the weapon invisible first. Nope, wrong one. So the male version is most likely in reference to a sword. But the female version is a reference to the saber. Trashy beast fighter. Anyways, back to the original thing. Well, I equipped you, so I can use that. Could just leave this as it is. It pretty much fulfills the requirement that I need, which is a 14 star. What other weapons do I have? Actually, that would be something to test out if I really need to augment or fix some of this stuff. I could just leave some of this stuff as it is and just have it carry over. No, I'm not going to B13. These abilities are fine, and minus the technical one and magician one. Why did it keep you around? I have a bunch of junk that popped up. I just realized I did a creator run and I didn't organize this. I do have this. Could toy around with this 5th weapon. That could technically be my 3 star. Let's sort it out by rarity so I can figure this out. 50 stars are up there. They have the voice ticket. Almost every person in PSO2 there's a voice ticket for it. Granted that I don't remember how easy it is to get them. Could leave this as it is. Twin daggers. Some of the stuff that I just kept is just like easy stuff. The only problem is a lot of the low grade stuff I would have used is old types and they don't register, and that's gonna be a problem. I think I had to do this off stream so I can just like concentrate. Honestly, this entire stream I didn't even do anything technical in augments and affixes, other than spend a good 300 mil. For later purposes. I think the big problem that I didn't do is just keep some of the things that might have helped me. 14 stars I kind of got covered. 15 stars I got most of them covered. Oh wait, scratch that. I still need to finalize the 15 star that I have on me. Where's my S2 abilities? Don't tell me I don't have it, or I placed them somewhere. Where's my cursed? Because I do have Curse Radiance. Oh, I have 2 of them. Didn't realize that. S3, I don't think I have a lot of them. Ooh, wait. Am I wrong? Do I not have a S3? Oh, okay, there we go. I do have that, so... The thing is, I don't want this tech boost. Grace, Flowing Grace might be useful. Descaled intent 2. Would want to keep. No clue what that S4 is. Circuit rotation. So, I would need to put Augment Will as well. I do have Augment Will too, but don't feel like putting that on this piece. Let's find that S1. You have 2. Who? Ah, this weapon. This weapon has a S1, S2, S1, S4, S5 slot. Could rework you. But I'm gonna have to manipulate a lot of stuff. Would be nice to have a grind 0 cost. What I might need to do is actually swap the S1, S2 around. Really wish it was a grind 0 cost. Would have been nice. So, which one is it? It's this. Where was it? It's somewhere. Put that there instead. I can always rework it. Wait. I might work with this rod in a bit off stream. What I would want to do is just do this. Just make sure this is by itself. Radiant, Steel, Resolve. Yes. Do that. Then go back to this thing. Do this. Go over here. This can go there. That can go there. Skilled intent. I would actually want to move that. Get the 4 abilities. Go next. If it was a grind 0 cost, that wouldn't have cost as much. So, put this away. Since it has some abilities that I may want to toy around with. That's 15 star, I can just decent. Put this away. I really need that grind 0 cost to actually save some Meseta. So I could just squeeze these SSAs a bit together. Why does this rifle have like that Rising Pursuit? I'm surprised it has that. So what I need to do now is actually put the other abilities I want on here, meaning that I need to affix this. Thinking about it, do I even have that S5 ability on it? What is Mysterious Purpose? I may want to swap. No, not swap. I need that capsule. There's a lot of things I gotta manipulate. Yes, let's get rid of you. How many capsules do I have? Like 3 of them? Get this key out of here. I could just toss away all these keys. I'm not gonna... Yeah, I'm not gonna use them. I know that for sure. I'll just keep these silver keys that are gonna expire. What is this? I don't remember this. Eight slots. Luckily I keep a bunch of junk around. I think I could just get rid of these now because I wasn't going to do anything with those S1s. Another 8 slot. Green leaf. I doubt I'll be toying around with that anytime soon. Could destroy this one. Yes. Because I got to do this 3 times. What weapon do I want this as? I can't read that. Fuck. Hold up. There's other items on me that's gonna confuse me. When the fuck did I get this? The hell is this old stuff? There's too many things that are in my inventory. Get rid of that. Put this away. Put it over here. Put that over here. You are sensibilities, you are catalysts, get rid of that. You are medium gauge thingy, get you out of here. That should clear out a lot of my confusion. No, yes. You should be Curse Radiance. So, don't care about Flowing Grace. Technically I should, but I think that's an easier ability to get. Ignore DS5. I mean, I could show DS5 in there. Oh. Fuck. That's a problem. It's not at 100. Hold up. Now I need to do another transfer. Cursed. I know I have a TMG here. Give me that TMG. You're somewhere. Oh, there you are. Damn. I can only work with one of these. What's this S2 anyways? S2 on this is Flowing Grace. Radiant. This is on the light stream. Move that. Oops. No, I'm good. I don't need help translating. It's just I was trying to figure out what else I had in my storage. Or in my inventory. Could just use these 15 stars. I might have to. Already got that ability, so grayed out. So Curse Radiance. S1, S2, S3. I did put Rising Pursuit in here. I'm gonna have to do this multiple times, not just this many times. I actually need that 30%. You get used to it. It's not that hard once you do it multiple times. Storage 5. I can leave as it is. Because of these 5 slots. Yeah, I'm gonna do a fix like a couple more times with this. The only question is, do I have stealth abilities that I can actually transfer? Or I could do another roundabout way of it. I could feed one of these 15 stars into it. That could actually speed things up. What did it come to you for? Ah, yes, no, you're the wrong one. I need to get the Rising. Actually, no. Since it's on a weapon, I can actually ignore that. Let's go over here, do this affix instead. Now, my question is, what abilities do I want to try to get with this weapon? I might spoil it and try to go for a Guardian Soul. Greenleaf, don't care. Actually, I don't need to use that. All I need to do is... I still had to do another fix. So what I'm going to do is get this. Curse Radiance. Rising Pursuit. Serious Purpose. These abilities are not 100. Alright. So you will be the last one that I wanted to try to work with. I want to use you instead. Do this. Ignore that. Reorganize. Do that. For now, I need placeholders. S4, S5 powers these abilities. Let me make sure. Augment curse abilities, mysterious 30%, 100 all around. Then do this, yes. Then use... I can either use 1 or 2 abilities. Or 1 and 2 fodder pieces. Go over here, deal with this. Use S5, antithesis. So, Rising Pursuit, that, this. All 100%. Go over here, make sure. 100, 100, 100. Augment Intent, check. Curse Radiance, check. Rising Pursuit, antithesis. 3 junk abilities, go ahead. Now, SSAs are cleared. The big thing is trying to get the Guardian Soul on it, if I can go for a Guardian Soul. Night-kun. It's all good. I mean, I doubt I'll be seeing a lot of this after, like, most likely this stream. There's a few things I still need to finish up, but that's whenever I get around to it. So the S5s are taken care of. The abilities are taken care of. I just need to put the certain abilities that can actually do something. Wrong note. I don't need to show that one. This one. So abilities that might interest me would be... Grand is something. Because it's universal. Manas could be a thing. If I use an Ether or a Rinza, that can easily grant me an Ether factor, that's a plus. Grant, if I can get a Guardian Soul, that's another plus as well. This is a gamble though, since it's not going to be 100%. Granted, I don't care. I'll do it. I should put a space here. What do I mean by boost abilities? I think this is what I meant. Item. Let's set to XP. Crack 5 returner. Let me make sure that I might want to use a grand. What does a grand translate to? Damage, minimal damage, HP, PP. It's not... it's kind of like a 50-50 in my books. But then again, it is weapons, so... would it be bad to do that? Okay, I think I know what I want. Guardian Soul, power, and then that. The only problem is the power is going to be a gamble. Granted that, do I even have power abilities? I think I have a couple. Where did I put you? If I don't want to use a power... Oh, wait. Do I even have one? Or did I use you? Mark, Receptors, Grace. I don't have one of them. Thought I had one. Attack boost. Unless you're down here. Grade 6s, mark abilities. Mark rifts. Thought I had a power. Unless it's in a different storage. Sentence. Factors. I don't have one. Unless I sewed it. I guess I sewed it off. I can use the Grace instead. Let me look at my abilities. Noble, Elegant, they're the kind of same thing, so I can do those instead. Which wouldn't be a problem. We could do that. Alright, first. Do I have the components for a Guardian? Yes. This gives an absolute. Also, it's a phrase decay too. I think this will be the last thing before I just end the stream. This is finalized. Don't want to use that. So I'm going to use this in this gamble. Because that's my only one, I think. Mana Rev. Finalized. Finalized. I didn't have a piece with both of them. Now I need a Rinza. Fuck. Who else has my weapons for Rinzas? Or, not Rinzas, Reveries. Factor there's that. Shit. I think I used up a lot of them. Before I used this by accident. I might not be able to even do this affix because I don't have reveries as well. This is what happens when you stop playing the game and you don't actually have the stuff that you thought you have. That's on Sherelle. Zill was the other character that I used. Could check on Shadow as well. None. What do you have in your character storage? Junk stuff. I need to purge these. Oh, this reminds me of what I used to do back in the days. Let's check Shadow. I think that should be most of the characters that I used recently in terms of farming. Yeah, that's a slight problem. I think I do have something that could give me Reverie Catalyst, but I'm gonna have to plus 35 it, which isn't ideal. I'll check a couple more characters. X should be the one that has a lot of the weapon catalysts. I will most likely just upgrade some weapons and units to the highest grind level, then be done with it. Unless the combat power really... Like, the combat power does increase heavily with your augments and affixes. Thank you, whoever subscribed to me. Who is it? X. X, you have my equipment. Unless these are old notifications. Oh, wow. You don't have anything anymore. I need to take you off my list then. Damn, I did go through all this last time. Damn. Yeah, I think I actually burned through a lot of my resources from last time. And because I didn't farm for actual things and did a lot of creator runs, I don't think I can actually do the certain augments and affixes I want. Could dumb it down to Astro instead. Yeah, I could do that. just to wrap up this stream. Okay, so instead of Guardian Soul, I could always rework this later. Have Astro, Ether, and then Grace ability. So just put these away. That means this can be used. Then for union weapons, where the hell did I put a lot of them? Rarities, grind value. But Dad, what about RNG rates? What do you mean? I don't really want to spend as much because the problem is right now with the market, it is really high up there. And there's a lot of things that are biting me in the butt because I did not realize I did not actually have them. Couldn't finish my starting unit pieces. Thought I was gonna finish on my crack, but no, apparently I didn't have absolute glare and I don't have the stuff to make it because I didn't farm as much. Damn, did I not even make another rare? I actually need to move these. I need to grind 0 cost more than anything to actually clear this up. Other than that, I actually need to find a new union that I could just upgrade. Can beat up Masquerade. Nah, no point. Alright, these two, I'm gonna have to plus 35 it. And then in the Grace field, I would need... I think it's in storage 3. How many do I have? I have a lot of those. Let's just go for a shoot instead. What weapon would this be, though? I need to convert it to... Storage 4 has most of my grind rarity stuff. I would need 8. Man, how do I feel about the conclusion of like PSO2 with this sort of sections and stuff? I'm neutral with it. It is what it is. It's just a system that helps control against like. It gives you control of what stats to go for. People can hate it, people can like it. It's just a system. Like you get used to it. It's still gonna have the same sort of applications. The field's gonna be there, but it just has a different look to it. Wait a second. Aren't you supposed to... Okay, I think we're done with it. Yeah, they're both at 35. So all I need to do is add ability to this gun slash, which I have no clue what weapon I would want. Actually, lie. TMGs. Just in case to make sure that they're still okay. Even in PSO2. I think that was my last R attack one. Ooh yeah, I should put together some basic 1 to 6 star units to inherit in NGS. Shouldn't be that bad. Just have a basic weapon with some decent stuff on it. Doesn't have to be the grandest of things, especially if you're able to level fast and go to the next grades. Shouldn't be bad to level up quickly, because in the beta you could easily get to maybe like level 10. So And I was able to get to like, with one of my characters, I got to level 8 in under 4 hours, so shouldn't be that difficult. But yeah, there's a lot of things I actually need to clear up in my storages. However, it would be nice to have a a zero grind cost. That's the big thing that's actually holding me back, and that would save a lot of my meseta. No, this should be my range. So, pretty straightforward, cheap Affix. This is most likely be converted to a bunch of attack stuff. Unit wise, I'm just gonna find some. Well, unit wise, I should be fine. The one thing I do need to do is kind of prepare some old weapons, but it's not gonna be that bad. I might leave them as they are, and I do have a couple weapons that are actually, what was it? It's okay as they are. Not the grandest of things, but it is what it is. I feel like I just played music that I should have been playing. I thought it was Osrian Lane related too, but no. Maybe it is actually. No, that's a collab OST. Anyways, let me make sure. Augment Intent, Curse, Rising Pursuit, Antithesis, Astral Ether, Grace. It's fine. Finish that, we're done with this thing. Could revisit it later. I do need to unlock it and just convert it to a TMG. I might need to also make a launcher too, thinking about it, since I plan to have Ranger as my backup main class. Oh wait, hold up, that's making it. I need to swap it. Where are you? Now I got some TMGs, light weave ones. But I think that's it for this video. The big thing is I realized I lacked a lot of resources in terms of my augments and affixes, because there's a lot of things that I need to still wrap up, but I just don't have the stuff to do so. But I think that's it. That is it. Did I really prep for NGS stuff? I don't think so. I think I just chatted with you guys instead. It just did whatever. Don't forget to hoard materials in. Yeah, that's the big thing that I'm gonna do. In terms of NGS, like just save the resources instead of using it. I have the stuff from PSO2 to kind of just carry me through most of NGS, and then when they start releasing a lot of new stuff where I'm gonna have to dump a lot of resources on it, it's gonna be a thing. I would say that I don't think augments and affixes are gonna be bad in NGS, but the farming is gonna be twice as heavy, depending on how many things you need and how RNG is in terms of the farming over there. But yeah, I just need to prep some weapons actually. Units, I think I got it covered because I have my old sake pieces, and I think they'll be able to at least be okay. It doesn't have to be the grandest of things. And I think I put it over here in terms of that. What I might also end up doing is just use these pieces over here. Not the biggest abilities, but whatever. I might toy around with it. I don't know. I'll poke at it. These are not old types, but they're pretty much unit pieces I could use. I think I covered most of the ranges grades with the units. If I want to, I could use stuff from NGS to fill in the gap. And you just need one set, because if you have multiple characters on the same on the same ship, they'll most likely be able to access the storage and just account share it, locker share it, storage share it. Weapon wise, I need to find new types. 14 stars are covered, so my 3-star grades are fine. 1 star, I don't know if I even want to really work on that. Could just take whatever they give me in NGS and toy around with that. Work on a 2-star as well, over there in NGS just use the equipment that I have for 3 and 4. So I'm not going to stress too hard on it. I kind of lied with this stream, I guess, because it said final fix, but I just didn't really do actual affixes. It's just that I realized, once again, I don't have anything. So I didn't finish them all. It's just that I lacked all the things that I really need. Which I can finish up as a unit set, so I can also send a character to a different ship. It's gonna be interesting to see how my tank build does. Granted that tank build isn't even finished, because I'm missing one sort of a fix that I should have done. Yeah, I'm missing one sort of fix that I should have done. I'm maybe curious to how the actual weapons and units would translate to. Yeah, I might need to make at least, man, I don't know. Damn, I wish I kept some of my old pieces that I had back then in episode 2 then. Well, it is what it is. But anyways, that is it for this stream. I'll most likely chill in the Discord, chat a bit. But that is it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys. Well, I need to release that one video where it's very questionable. I'm going to release that. I'm going to be uploading a video talking about my thoughts and opinions about the beta NGS. And then when NGS is out, I'm going to be streaming the living shit out of it. So you'll see me there. I will most likely also monetize those streams, maybe. It depends on some things that I need to be cautious about. But I will be playing on the Japanese side. A lot of people have been asking it. I will state it again. I'll be playing on the Japanese side. I want to see my characters in the new Genesis. And I'll be spoiling a good chunk of them. But that is it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Where's my closing screen?